The BBC.
Stories of success, stories of failure, stories of strength, stories of corruption, stories of hope, stories of despair, stories of optimism, resilience, achievement, triumph. Remarkable stories from different places around the world. Join us for a series of stunning award-winning documentaries. Why Stories on BBC World News.
This is BBC News. Welcome. If you're watching here in the UK or around the globe, I'm Lukwesa Burak. Our top stories. Fire sweeps through a Bangladesh refugee camp, destroying shelters and leaving 12,000 Rohingya people homeless. The Greek Prime Minister has asked for forgiveness from the families of 57 people who died in the country's worst ever train crash last week, following days of protests across Greece. Military spending in China will increase by more than 7% this year, as Premier Li Keqiang said attempts to contain China were escalating. The UK Prime Minister pledges to deport all small boat arrivals by asylum seekers. And after a decade of talks, more than 100 UN member states agree on a treaty to protect the world's oceans.
The ship has reached the shore.
Hello and welcome to BBC News. A huge fire has ripped through one of the Rohingya refugee camps in Cox's Bazar in southeast Bangladesh. The charity ActionAid said their initial assessment was that more than 2,000 shelters had been gutted, leaving around 12,000 people homeless. Hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees who escaped violence in neighbouring Myanmar have been living in cramped camps near the border in Bangladesh. Well, earlier we spoke to our South Asia correspondent, Ambarasana Thirajan, who started off by telling us more about where the fire took place and also an update on what we know so far.
And it's a very sprawling camp where tens of thousands of people live in cramped conditions. And